Hello there, Taurus. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot forecast for the week of April 20th through the 26th. I am using the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg once again. And so what we have coming up right now for Monday for you guys, Taurus, is Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so Monday's going to be a day to be careful about the actions that you take. The Knight of Swords in reverse talks about being in a situation where you're not thinking things through real clearly. It may be that you just don't have all the information that you need, but there's something going on that really you feel like, okay, I've got to take care of this, and I've got to take care of this right now. You have this call to action that you're really feeling, but not all the information is in. So if you can, you want to take some time to just kind of sit back, wait and see what happens next. Don't really make any moves yet. Wait until Tuesday before you actually take any action on this situation that comes up on Monday that you really want to go for. Because if you take action on this thing on Monday, it looks like later on this is going to be some action that it looks like you're going to wish you hadn't actually done, because there's going to be more information coming in on it later on. Now, the next card that comes up on Tuesday. Tuesday, Taurus, is the Two of Clubs. Now, the Two of Clubs just tells me that there's a situation that you have to make a decision about on Tuesday, and you really have to decide between two or more options that you really like. All of these options that you're looking at are good options. They're options that are very positive and have very positive results if you move forward with them. The reason you have to make a decision, though, between these options is because each of them takes a certain amount of effort or energy to keep these options moving forward. And so if you try to work on both or all of these options, you're not going to have enough energy to make any progress with any of them. So that's why you're having to make a decision on Tuesday. This decision, like I said, is going to be between two things that you feel really good about, that you really enjoy. And so sometimes this is situations, sometimes it's jobs, sometimes it's projects, sometimes it's vacation destinations, and sometimes it has to do with people, like dating partners, or who you're gonna spend dinner with. Maybe you get a couple of different invites to dinner or some other kind of social gathering, and you would love to go to both, but you have to pick one or the other. So there's a few different ways that this can manifest, but the whole bottom line here is that on Tuesday, Taurus, you're going to be making some kind of choice between two things that you really like, or possibly more things that you really like, and having to narrow it all down to one. Okay, so Wednesday, what we have coming up for you is we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, Wednesday for Taurus. I feel like, Taurus, you're going to be feeling especially energized and energetic on Wednesday. You're going to be feeling fresh and refreshed, and you're just going to be coming in feeling like you're on top of the world. So even if you have to go to work, I feel like nothing can get you down on Wednesday. That song by Pharrell Williams, Happy, that's your song for Wednesday. Let's see. And no, I'm not going to try to sing it. As my mom used to say, I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So let's see. Then on Thursday, what you have coming up is you have the Empress in reverse. And the Empress in reverse just really means that you're giving some of your power away on Thursday. So this can be a situation where you were the sole person in charge of handling something, or you were the sole person responsible for something, and now you're going into cooperation with somebody else. Cooperation with somebody else is nice because it takes some of the load off of your shoulders, but you also do have to share decision making and kind of do some of that, what do you call that, where you compromise. You have to compromise a little bit. So that's what I feel like for you Thursday, that you're coming into a situation where you're starting to share something that's been all yours, and you're starting to share some of those decisions with somebody else. And so I'm feeling like it's not completely comfortable for you yet on Thursday. For some of you, this will turn out to be a really good situation, and you'll get more comfortable with it as time goes on. For others of you, I'm not so sure that this is going to ever be something that you're real comfortable with. Some of you just really like to be in charge and have all of the information, and so this is a really different situation for you. So it may take a lot longer for you to adjust to this, if you adjust to it actually at all. So then Friday, Eight of Swords in reverse. This is one of those cards that it's better to have it in reverse than right side up. So what we have going on Friday is that there's been some kind of dilemma going on in your life, and this has been something that really you've kind of created in your own mind, because the reality of it is that there's not a dilemma at all. It's just in the way that you're viewing it, you're kind of limiting yourself in what you can do with the situation. The thing about this Eight of Swords coming up in reverse on Friday tells me that you find the way out of that limiting perspective. So now you have a new perspective on this situation, and you're realizing there are things that I can actually do with this situation that can be very positive. It doesn't have to be something that anything that I do has negative repercussions, which is kind of where you were before. So now you've got this situation that used to be a trouble to you, and now you know exactly what to do with it and how to move forward. So that's a really good card for Friday. Saturday, a shift in the energy, definitely. We have the Ten of Swords showing up. Ten of Swords just really talks about generally it talks about other people working against you or other people talking against you. This can be slander, it can be gossip, it can be people actually doing things to impede progress on something that you want to move forward. But it's interesting because I have a little bit of a different feeling with this Ten of Swords on Saturday, Taurus. I feel like you kind of shoot yourself in your own foot in some way on Saturday, and for a lot of you I feel like this is relationship wise. So okay, so I try to pass along the messages as Spirit gives them to me, and sometimes I don't like the messages that come across. Sometimes I don't like the wording of it, but what I'm hearing, and Spirit is saying, yes, you really have to say that, is that some of you, not all of you, some of you are going to be are going to do something incredibly stupid in regards to a relationship on Saturday. And I feel like for a lot of you that we're talking about that are doing this incredibly stupid thing, it has to do with romantic relationship. So Saturdays, for those of you who have seen this, try, you're the one that's putting in the Ten of Swords here. You're the one that's being self-destructive with this relationship. So now you've seen this, you've got a heads up. So when you feel that energy coming in, like you're feeling a little bit reckless about how you want to treat your most important relationship in your life, check yourself. Just check yourself. If it means you have to be on the phone with your partner just 24/7 to keep yourself from getting in trouble, do it. Whatever it takes. Because this is pretty self-destructive, and it can be very damaging if you let this energy flow through the way it's looking like it would flow through right now. So free will changes everything. You guys have free will, so don't let that happen. Let's see here. Sunday. Six of Coins in reverse. This is another card that I like in reverse. When it's right side up, it talks about us asking for help. But when it's in reverse, it talks about somebody coming to us for help. So we get to choose whether we want to help them or not whenever they come to us and ask for help. So Taurus, what I feel like is someday somebody will be asking you for help, and you get to decide if you want to help or not. For a lot of you, this is going to be the church type thing. Maybe there's going to be an extra collection, or maybe it's just going to be emphasized that, not everybody's been tithing and the church really needs all your participation, that type of thing. Could be for some of you. We have church stuff coming in. I really feel strongly like there's church asking for help, different scenarios there. It's not always about money either. Sometimes there's just help that needs to go on. Maybe you're going to a church that needs help with paving their parking lot. That can be the type of help that they might ask for too. Lots of things. But this help does not have to be requested by church. I'm just feeling that for a lot of you it will be. And then for a lot of you it's coming through as a more personal request from family members or from neighbors or friends that are asking you for help. And for some of you it's a really big deal what they're asking for. They're asking for you to really make some sacrifices to be able to help them. And for others of you, it's just such a little nitnoid thing, like maybe just takes 2 or 3 seconds for you to actually do this thing for them. But that's the thing. Sunday I see people asking you for help, Tauruses, and all kinds of different ways it's going to manifest for different ones of you. So Taurus, that is your week. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to check out my website first. I'm at amista.info, amista.info. Once you're there and you've poked around a little bit, if you feel like I'm the best person for you to work with, then go ahead and contact me and I'll be happy to schedule a reading for you as quickly as possible. And for everybody else, I'll see you all here next week. Everyone have a great week. Peace out.